Hi there, welcome back, or if it's your first time, welcome. I decided to do a makeup video, but not so much about products, but actually about behavior. And the reason I wanted to do that is in my other life, I am also a speaker and writer on personal finance. So I wanted to do a video focused more toward the beauty community to address something that I've been hearing a lot as advice when it comes to no buy, low buy, and how to purchase makeup in a prudent way. I thought this video might be useful for you. You might find it entertaining and or informative. And so if that sounds like something you'd like to hear more about, then stick around. Okay, so here we go. What I wanted to talk about was this saying right now in the beauty community of, if you wouldn't buy it regular price, then you shouldn't buy it when it's on sale. The issue I have with that statement is that implicit in the statement, the normal thing to do is to buy regular price. And I think that's a dangerous thing to say, because most of us don't have unlimited funds to buy all sorts of high-end cosmetics or drugstore cosmetics for that matter. And to suggest that we should be okay with buying full price, I think is disingenuous. And let me explain. So I have not been into a whole lot of makeup until recently, and that is just because of just changes in my personal health and the ability to be able to wear full face makeup. And I'm super, super excited about it. It has brought out the artistic side of me. I feel like I can do just about anything, and it's been super, super exciting. But in order to build up my collection, I applied the same kinds of beliefs and methods as I do for the rest of my life and our life here in our household. And we're a household that saves a lot of our annual income. So we're able to save somewhere in the ballpark of 50% of our take-home pay. Now, I bring this up because I've been able to build up this collection over a relatively small amount of time, while never paying more than 70% of the cost of a given item. Now, I have one exception, and that is the Jaclyn Hill palette. And the reason this was an exception was because of the difficulty in getting it in Canada. And so it was the cost of the palette and the border fees and different things. And I have to admit, every single time I look at that palette, I think I've overpaid. And when I think of that, I think it affects my ability to enjoy that product. So really, for any product for me to be satisfied with the price that I'm paying, I need to get 30% off. Do I think that products are overpriced? Well, by default, because that's my view, is that I don't want to pay anything more than 70% of the list price. And in fact, if you look behind here, you'll notice, I'm sure, or recognize a number of brands here. And the default is usually 40% off or more. So, why do I say this? It is not to brag. I'm saying that this is my normal, and that there are a lot of products that I refuse to shell out for until they're in the price discount that I am willing to pay. The trade-off for that is, yes, I will not get anything brand new unless I use, for example, a $25 off coupon I might get at Sephora in November or December, where I could apply it to something that just never goes on sale. What I find though is that there are so many products that appear in the, I think there's the Sephora Weekly Wow, and then there's the Ulta 21 Days of Beauty, that kind of thing. There are so many opportunities to wait during the year to get something that you want. I'm not talking about just buying it because it's on sale, because that's really dumb. It has to be something that you've been coveting, and then all of a sudden it's a really good price, and then you pounce. And the fact that you've had to wait and invest this restraint for yourself in order to buy that product is fantastic. And you feel like $1,000,000 having purchased it by waiting, by being disciplined, and then by truly enjoying the product. So I say this because I think there's a whole lot more enjoyment in the product when you know that you're getting something that is a good quality and that you paid a price that you can easily stomach. You don't have the regret of really having spent money that maybe you don't really have to allocate to that specific product, and you're able to really enjoy it. I hope this made sense. I don't think paying full price for products, I don't think we should consider that normal. I don't think that that would be a thing to apply to purchases, especially when they are purchases that really fall in the want category and they don't fall into the need category. I think that we can bide our time, we can be conscious consumers and look for the product that we really want. And I think that applies to dupes as well. So when we have a dupe, let's say there's a $60 palette and there's a dupe for $25. Well, 60, well that's Canadian. So maybe a $45 palette, and there's a dupe for like $15 or $20. To me, that $15 or $20 is still full price. I mean, the packaging is not the same. Very often the colors, depending on the brand that is considered a dupe, and I use that term loosely because they're complete rip-offs, copycats, and then there are the ones that just happen to have the same color scheme, or the color scheme was inspired by another brand. The product itself is not the same. Either the packaging is super cheap, or the product itself is super cheap, or a combination of both. And I think it matters. I think that when we go in and we enjoy our makeup, if we consider that we bought the dupe because we were actually thinking of the other palette, I wonder how much it affects our use of the dupe. So for example, I have the CoverGirl palettes that are supposed to be a dupe for the Naked series. Well, now that I have the Naked palette, because I bought the Vault, which made them basically half price each, that I don't look at the use of my CoverGirl palettes the same way. And so I think it changes. The psychology of how we use the products changes. And I think that's worth considering. And I don't think that that psychological price, it is a price, and I don't think it gets discussed all that often. So just to wrap it up, I don't think we need to consider it the norm, the default, to pay full price. I think as conscientious consumers, we need to know what it is we want, maybe keep a wish list that will evolve, and be patient to get the products that it is that we want. And when we really get them, that excitement will continue, as opposed to making an impulse purchase full price and having something that maybe we didn't really want that much anyway. Thank you for watching. I look forward to hearing your comments down in the comments below. If you like this kind of video, please give it a thumbs up. If you like the videos in general that I put out, please consider subscribing. I thank you for the eyeballs today. I thank you for your time, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Take care.